briefing you. Have you heard the news?
No.
You've won the Nobel Prize for Literature.
Oh, Christ.
How do you feel?
What? Well, it's been going on now for 30 years. One can get more excited.
That is priceless. That's British author Doris Lessing reacting to news of her Nobel Prize for Literature in 2007. Today, tributes are pouring in for Lessing. She died this morning at the age of 94. Lessing wrote The Golden Notebook and The Grass is Singing. Deanna Sumanak is here with more on Lessing and her literary legacy. And, you know, what a prolific writer. Obviously somebody who is not, she doesn't bask in the glow of appreciation or prizes. So tell me more about her work and her style of writing.
Always uncomfortable with fame, and I know it's always sad when somebody dies, but she lived a wonderful life. She was 94 years old. She died peacefully in her sleep, and it's true, there's something about that clip that really sums up this feisty woman who was uncomfortable with any kind of definition of her, even uncomfortable with that Nobel Prize that was thrust upon her. She said, oh, they're going to give it to me before I, quote-unquote, pop off, i.e. die. She said, I was 88 years old when I got it. But what a legend. She has written 55 works of fiction, nonfiction, poetry, even the opera, but is probably best known for her early works, particularly The Golden Notebook, which came out in 1962 and was considered a feminist Bible. She also grew up in Rhodesia, today Zimbabwe, and wrote very effective works like The Grass is Singing against the racism and colonialism, really. So very powerful writer, very political writer, and as you said, a very feisty lady.
Absolutely, a contrarian and somebody who probably is not easily flattered. But tell me more about her as a person.
She was, it's interesting, I think that there are writers who are happy to accept a certain definition of themselves as feminists. For example, she is noted by many as a feminist, but her works were not very flattering of women. She said, if anything, she thought it her duty to point out the flaws of women as well. That book, The Golden Notebook, for example, which she called an albatross. She said, basically, I became kind of too famous too soon, and everybody kept on talking about that book. That book was something that she had a very uncomfortable relationship with, saying, oh, I've written so many things that were great since then. Also, somebody who very much considered herself part of the literary community and wanted to pass on her wisdom to younger writers. We have a clip from her 1984 interview with our Anne Macmillan. Here's her advice to younger writers, Doris Lessing, in 1984.
Young writers get very upset at what happens, and in their own interest, the sooner they lose that, the better. This is my advice to any young writer who might be listening. Just acquire a tough skin as fast as possible.
By the way,
words.
Wise words. And by the way, she was offered the title of a dame in the 1960s. She refused it, saying there's no such thing as the British Empire anymore. So,
wow.
Again, not too many people do that.
True
Doris
to
Lessing.
herself.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Very impressive. Thanks, Deanna.
You're welcome.